Guys, how are you? 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 I just want to continue for where I stopped the other time, and I decided to wear the same clothes. And I just want you to see that, in case you're forgetting my face, then you remember the hoodie that I'm putting on, yeah, and the weather that is cold. Then you remember what I said last time: spiritual wealth, mental wealth, physical wealth. You know, some people are very powerful spiritually, and when it comes to the spiritual side, they pray, they fast, they do a lot. A lot of people are that, they are that covered, that settled. But when it comes to the mental wealth, they are zero, like they are nothing. They know nothing. They have no idea of what is trending. They have no idea of what business is trending. They have no idea of what to do. And they just go ahead and just waste their time, waste their friends' time, waste people around their time, counseling for nothing. Why? Because they are in the wrong direction. So you see, when you gain the spiritual wealth by the right standing, you see, I'm not going to go too much into the details when you talk about spiritual wealth because that is another topic for another day, but covering the spiritual side, being obedient spiritually, because when you say, I obey the law, for example, and you obey one, two, three, and you jump four, you are not fully obedient, so you must do everything accordingly. So when you are spiritually empowered, then you come to the physical where you get to think, you get to think, you got to think, you got to think, you got to think, you got to think. When it comes to the mental, you got to think a lot. And when it comes to the physical, you have to do surveys. You have to know. You have to know, for example, that you live in an environment, there is a business that goes great in that environment. You live in the other environment, there is a business that goes great in the environment. You live in an environment where you see the demand is high and the supply is less. Come on, join the supply. But if you live in an environment where you see that the demand is high and the supply is high, then why join that supply? Make another survey. What else is lacking in this environment? Because let me tell you how to do business in an environment. Business, a successful business in an environment is not the business you opened, it's not the business you start. It's the business you start rightly. So you check the demand. You check the demand of the people living in that environment. Then you make the supply. So if you have a high demand and you have a high supply, then we strategize. And if you want to do the same business, then do it differently. I once, went to a classic restaurant, like a big restaurant, a classic restaurant. I once went there and all I took was just a cup of coffee. I just took a cup of coffee and just a little biscuit and I walked out and I paid big time, And I was driving home and I just discovered, oh, my neighbor by the corner just opened a nice, very beautiful, you see, you must be strategic, very beautiful place. He just opened that place, made it like a resting place, made it like a chilling place. Now, this is not in a restaurant, it's not in a cafe, it's open outside with good coverings from the sun, and it's like a chilling place. And he made it for coffee. Can you imagine? He made it for coffee. Not for chips, not for pizza, not for burger. He made it for coffee. And you need to see how people go there in mass, in numbers, cars are packed just to have a coffee. When the weather is cold, people just park there, they just want to have a coffee. At the end of the day, you can imagine how much he is making from just coffee. And somebody else have tons of coffees and doesn't know what to do with it. Mental wealth. It's very vital. I want to encourage somebody, I just want to say to somebody this moment that you need to develop your mental ability, enhance your mental ability, upgrade your mental ability. Read, study, read, study, read, study, read, study. Seek for information. You are powerful when you are informed. You are less powerful when you have no information. So the powerful guy is not the guy with all the money. The powerful guy is the guy with information. Educate your mind. You see, this is where a lot of people miss it sometimes. You know, they restrict themselves of the information that their mind can absorb. So when they get into a place and they have an opportunity of to get an information, they decide how to get the information. Like they want to take this, they want to drop this, they don't want to accept this, they don't want to, they just want to keep their views and their perspective. No, when it comes to information, keep your views and your perspective neutral. Keep your views and your perspective neutral. Then you will be able to gain knowledge the right way. You see, knowledge will come to you just the way you understand. So if you decide to learn with ideas and perspective in your mind already, like no, cannot work, this can work, this cannot work, then you can't get beyond that. But if you approach knowledge with a neutral mind, your mind will be open enough to absorb, and when it absorbs, then ideas will begin to spring. You must understand something. It is the amount of knowledge you put inside of you that regenerates the idea, that cultivates the greatness out of you. I don't know if somebody get that, but that's very important. The amount of knowledge you put inside of you recreate and regenerate the amount of intelligence that comes out of you. Knowledge is important. Mental wealth, mental empowerment is vital. I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. And by the time I will be back to this channel, I want you to be empowered. Like super. I remain your host, PM Rock. See you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and place your comment below. I'll be grateful when you do that.